Hello to everyone, I'm Vladimir Vlad, aka the Bulgarian Cowboy, and right now I want to discuss about one. Well, we can say it's a hot topic, but right now it's cracking the MMA world. And when I read that UFC Brasilia will take place behind closed doors, I was like, thanks God, it will take place. But the event will go on, but fans will not be allowed to enter the Nelson Gymnasium on Saturday night, and you know the prohibition code red. Everything is happening now. Sporting events and concerts with gatherings of more than 100 people are suspended in many areas of the world, and right now UFC also canceled Thursday morning's media day at the hotel. 24 fighters were expected to talk to the press face-off. Friday night's ceremonial weigh-ins have also been cancelled. We will watch the event. We will, but it will never be the same, because right now it's a very, very hard blow for the world of MMA, and code reds are present all over the world, and especially in my state, in my part of the world, Italy, Hungary, Slovenia. Well, it's kind of critical situation in Poland. KSW 53. It's not. I'm not gonna say it's cancelled. It's cancelled. Maybe it's postponed. I don't know, but it will not take place at all. So it just talks how serious the situation currently is, and also state of Ohio issued order banning crowds over 100 people at all upcoming events, including UFC and ESPN 8, and also the state of Ohio is moving swiftly to prevent the spread of coronavirus with an order issued on Thursday to prevent spectators from attending upcoming sporting events. And Governor Mike DeWine, he also signed the document, and numerous sporting events have already been postponed. Luckily, UFC and ESPN 8 card will take place, and we will watch it without the crowd, but something is better than nothing, if you ask me. And yeah, this is a very, very hard blow for the world of MMA, if you ask me, because it's an order, the event that is headlined by the show between Francis Ngannou and Jairzinho Rozenstruik. It will simply go behind closed doors, and states across the US have started making similar moves in an effort to slow down everything. And in state of New York, we also have code red, which is kind of really, really heavy blow, and even Khabib versus Tony. It's endangered, but in the worst case scenario, it might take place behind closed doors. And sometimes I'm starting to think that the bout between Tony and Khabib might be cursed, because this is fifth time. I hope that it won't be fifth postponing. I hope the fight will take place and so on. But the thing that worries me the most is because one championship also moved to closed door events for all upcoming shows, and Chatri Sitiodong said that his team and he decided to turn all events for one championship into closed door, audience free events, effective immediately, and they want to respect safety of fans, athletes, staff partners. The public is the highest priority for one championship. And the One Infinity card, which features former UFC champion Demetrius Johnson, was originally slated for April 10th in Indonesia, but now the entire event has been moved 6 weeks later in the Philippines, and as of now, the promotion plans to allow spectators at the event, but that could change depending on the spread of the disease. And unfortunately, one championship held the previous event behind the closed doors, and the UFC soon. I don't know. The UFC is following the similar set of rules, and it's a very, very difficult moment for the UFC. And I'm really starting to wonder whether we will watch the upcoming MMA events behind closed doors without crowd. I know that such things have to be done, and I am aware that this is uh, this is the critical situation for the world of MMA and mixed martial arts. But I also know that many people intend to see the fights anyway. We will watch it from our homes, and just like me, I will watch every card if I have the event live. And I will comment all the time because my life mission is to spread the love towards the best sport in the world. And I will continue pushing the pace. I will continue doing the same, but without the crowd, it's just. I mean, all right, we are watching it, we're enjoying these battles and so on, but it's not the same without the crowd. And especially in Brazil, I would like to hear crowd chanting Gilbert Burns' name or Damian Maia name or any other fighter that competes on the card. And Charles Oliveira features the event, and they would vouch for him, they would chant his name, and so on. There are so many Brazilian fighters on the card, and yeah, this would be a way to go. And I'm pretty much sad because of this, but it has to be, it has to happen. We've got two guys from Brasilia, Brazil. I mean, don't forget Renato Moicano, man. Just don't forget Renato Moicano, Francisco Trinaldo. They're fighting in their hometowns without a crowd. We've got Johnny Walker, another amazing Brazilian fighter. And right now, there were some statements from gym managers, coaches. They vow to soldier, and for the example, Marlon Vera plans to take extra precautions. I don't want to catch it, but at the same time, I've put in 8 hard weeks of my life. And you know, veteran UFC bantamweight. We're talking about Eddie Vineland, and he is under a big stress. And we got welterweight veteran Matt Brown, who's supposed to fight Miguel Baeza at UFC on ESPN 8, and he is ready to fight in the backyard or in the back alley if it comes down to it. And the rest of the fighters on the card, they're waiting to hear the UFC plans. And behind closed doors, why not? We just want to see the fight. And Brazilian website Combate reported the promotion plans to do just that, though the UFC has to make an official move for the upcoming events. I mean, the events I hope will never be postponed, because I can't imagine 2 or 3 weekends without this lovely sport. Because, hey, Justin, without this lovely sport, because it fulfills me. And right now we're watching a very, very big precaution measures. And Vineland, he's saying that he hates to see things spreading. And MMA gyms around the world, well, major teams are making some choices to proceed with business as usual. I mean, if it's ordered otherwise, you simply can't choose. But manager of American top team, Dan Lambert, he is saying that he is making sure that everybody train on clean mats. They are taking precautious measures and so on. But right now, it's a very, very harsh blow to the world of MMA, because for maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, maybe we'll watch fight cards without fans. And I was living for the moment where the crowd would chant Gilbert's name when he steps out Damian Maia or when he knocks him out. I was living for the moment when they will start chanting Renato Moicano or Francisco Trinaldo, but it's simply not going to happen at UFC Brasilia. So it's kind of very, very hard blow at the moment. Very, very hard blow. AKA, well, it's another huge concentration of top tier talents. And fighters right now, they don't plan to change their routines. It's kind of good, because they still want to train, they still want to fight. But Javier Mendez, well, he is saying that fighters are shaking hands after practice, and today at my college they warned us about precaution measures. They insist us to wash hands all the time and to use. We call it a sepsol. I don't know how is it called in the USA language, but everybody are trying to fight hard against this. And Jackson Winklejohn, head coach Mike Winklejohn, he's claiming that his fighters didn't seem overly concerned about the whole situation. And yeah, unfortunately, yeah, Justin, yeah, one championship they did this too. I think even the last event was without the crowd. The last one I commented 109, I believe it was without the crowd. Unsure though, but it says you should always stay positive. You should always think positively, and that's a routine that actually changed my life. That actually turned me into a better person. So right now, Javier Mendes is not much optimistic, and Nick Corso, who fights and manages Jackson's MMA Common in Albuquerque, well, he believes everything is a challenge. So I agree with them about the challenge, and yeah. Whoa, it's shut down. Well, in my country, to be honest, we're having precautious measures. Right now, nothing is closed at the moment. I mean, nothing is closed officially at the moment, but we have some precautious measures. But for example, in Hungary has a border with my country. In Hungary, the situation is terrible, very, very terrible. There are such a strong precautious measures. Italy too, it's very close to my country. Slovenia too. In Bulgaria, they're also bringing quarantine zones. In Sofia, it's critical. I mean, I heard from my friend that it's very, very critical. So right now in my country, it's kind of rocky situation at the moment. But even at my academy today, they are just giving us precautious measures. But that's basically it for now. This is kind of difficult moment for the world of UFC. We will watch live streams and so on. We will watch fighters, but this might be the era without stare downs, without media days, with interviews via Skype or Facebook, with very little or no contact between journalists and fighters. But you can't shut down the internet. That's not going to happen. That's what I believe. It's not going to happen. But on the other side, I'm really trying to think positively at the moment, and I mean, this might last for 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months. You never know. Even soccer season, luckily, for example, in my state, soccer season is not suspended because it's on the open. It's not behind closed doors because it's in the stadium. It's in the open, but we are ordered to take all the precautions measures. We have to carry wet wipes and such things. But you simply such events might be even postponed. We don't know yet. But all right, we are ready to go and we are ready to see what's gonna be the next. But right now, I'm starting to think how would the event look without the crowd and without chanting somebody's name, without bullying and such things. No, we can only yell into the screen, and that's what I basically do most of the times when my favorite fighter loses. And I hope I will not be doing this. I hope I will be very happy because of Gilbert Burns' win right now at this event. But that's what I was doing all the time, and right now all the people will probably be able to do this, but without crowd, it's simply not the same. There are no media days, there are no face-offs, there's no trash talk. I mean, there is Twitter, Facebook, Instagram trash talk and such things, but there are no real. I mean, okay, we will have fights. We will. It might be the era of ONE FC in the UFC because at ONE FC there is no trash talk and fighters are telling everything they have to say in the octagon, in the ring, or it depends whether it's a ring or an octagon or wherever it takes place. So we might it might open a new era in the UFC. I'm trying to look at the bright side. It might open the era of, listen, brother, let's talk inside the cage. Let's just forget about those things and let's talk inside the cage. And that's the reason why I actually have a lot of respect for ONE FC because their fighters, they don't solve their misunderstandings at social media, at media press conferences and such things. They're resolving their problems in the ring. Maybe maybe it won't be that much entertaining and so on. Maybe we won't have that many press conferences and chances for people to to trash talk each other and attack each other. Maybe this will bring a new peaceful age into the world of MMA. I don't know. I mean, also other martial arts will probably be postponed. I mean, boxing, bare knuckle fighting will probably take place without events. But all right, the event is scheduled. And right now, thinking of Helen Peralta, I mean, she fights better without the crowd because I think it's it's very positive change for her. And for other fighters, I don't know. Some fighters love crowd. Some fighters don't hear it. Some of them hate it. You never know. But for example, Yair Rodriguez and Jeremy Stevens would probably be happy because that incident from UFC Mexico was so stunning. I mean, Jeremy Stevens was really eye-poked. He was not pretending, and the crowd was really unfair. Popcorn, beer, they were throwing everything they had, and the two were ushered from the hall, and it was very, very terrible. Terrible ending of the event. Very, very terrible ending. Right now, we won't be having terrible endings. We won't be having unsatisfied, angry crowd. We won't be having too many angry people, and we won't be having people at all. I mean, we will have coaches, we will have fighters, we will have media guys, media guys who film. Have always said, how's everything going? We'll have guys who film the whole event and let us enjoy the best sport in the world. But for Kevin Lee, yes. How's everything going, Lucette? Is everything great? Yeah, for Kevin Lee, yes, I agree about that, Justin. I read his statement. I read his Twitter post where he said there is no problem to fight without the crowd. And for Kevin Lee, that's a really, really, really good way to go. For Kevin Lee, yeah, that's a positive news. But that's a really, really bad news for Charles Oliveira. That's a very bad news for Renato Moicano because he is from Brasilia. And just like you put in that lovely video game, you put that I'm fighting from Brasilia, Brazil. And Renato Moicano is from Brasilia. And I think Francisco Trinaldo is also from Brasilia. So this will be a serious blow to them. Very, very serious blow. Looking back at this, man, it's going to be very, very... no problem. I will talk for maybe more 10, 15 minutes, so no problem. And yeah, this will be a very, very serious blow for them. But right now, I'm thinking of people who might get an advantage for this. Yeah, I know. I agree. But let's be honest, Kevin Lee, he is climbing on his high horse after head kick knockout victory over Gregor Gillespie, and yeah, he has improved his technique, his game, but right now this event, I'm very sorry because of Gilbert Burns, because Gilbert Burns is actually the guy who skyrocketed me in the world of MMA. Literally 80% of fighters agreed to come to my podcast because of Gilbert Burns. So I feel sorry because of him, because For me, MMA means life, and this will be a serious blow for Gilbert. I mean, Gilbert can fight without the crowd. I know the guy very well. He can, but that's his country. He returned to his home country, and he is battling Damian Maia, also a fan of, also a legend in Brazil. And now we can't chant their names. I will chant it on my channel, of course, if I have a video live. I mean, they haven't announced yet whether I will have it or not, but that's a serious blow for them. For Trinaldo also. Oh, Trinaldo likes crowd. Trinaldo loves crowd. Yeah, he really, really loves crowd. He's such a great guy. About Johnny Walker, I don't know much about him, whether he likes crowd or not. Now, looking back at prelims, Jusier Formiga, he loves crowd. Amanda Rivas too. Dos Santos, I don't know. Rani Yahya, well, he's kinda, I'm not sure about him because Barzola has a lot of fans. They were planning to travel all the way from Peru, and right now it will be without fans. Veronica Macedo loves crowd. Bruno Silva too. About Myra Bueno Silva, I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, this is a serious blow because we had, let me think, we had, I think, 13 Brazilian guys and Brazilian girls on this fight card. So imagine this. UFC comes to your state and such thing happens. It's just a super, super strong blow. It's kind of very, very hard to recover from it, 13 Brazilians on the fight card and 2 guys from Brazil. I mean, at least I know there are 2. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know for Trinaldo and Moicano. So it would be the same like, some event takes place, for example, here in Belgrade, where I live, or in Sofia, the town when I was born, and they say, listen, you can't attend, and you're preparing for a whole year for this lovely spectacle and for this lovely, lovely event. The future, well, maybe ONE FC arrival in the UFC, maybe it's not bad after all. No stare downs, no trash talk, no harsh words. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram wars. It's kind of new era, but you can't see much of this in ONE FC. I mean, fighters are different. It's a different strategy, different procedure, different way of thinking, and that's something that it intrigues me pretty much because right now I'm trying to think how long is it going to last, because for example in Hungary it's not of my state. In Hungary everything is closed until the end of March. Literally everything is closed. I mean, only jobs and such things. But in Italy you have quarantine zones. For example, Lombardia, the north of Italy, it's a heavy quarantine zone, and unfortunately Cage Warriors event, I filmed a video about that. Paddy Pimblett had to change his opponent because Davide Martinez is from Lombardia and he has a prohibition. He is not allowed to travel because he comes from endangered area of the world. And yeah, we might watch many changes in fight cards, and we might see, I don't know, maybe we might see some new faces, you never know. But I'm worried as this thing is spreading all around the globe. What's gonna happen next, man? What's really gonna happen next? That's my question. That's my serious question, because the O2 Arena, well, it's a very, very serious blow. Got the O2 Arena in London. We got Cage Warriors one evening earlier. Then we got Ohio event. Later we will have some other events, but I'm pretty much sad because of all the situation, and every single state is trying to fight this off. And yeah, it's kind of normal move. Also Portland and Barclays Center in New York. Well, it's also not a good situation, not a good place to be, because in New York we also have a code red. Many states are bringing code red right now, and more than 100 people, it's simply not going to happen. In my state, for example, basketball events are postponed, handball events, all of them are postponed. They don't even play it without the crowd. But when cards are bought so much early on, I don't know. It's a very, very critical moment, and we really have to stay very positive right now. We have to think positively and think what might be brought into the world of UFC now. What could be? Can we see something new? Is something new going to happen? That's something we really need to think of. Will they bring quarantine zones? Will they bring more doctors, more cutmans? I don't know. I don't know, man. I really don't know, but some changes will be made, and I believe the new era of UFC is kicking off. We had a lot of trash talk during the last, I don't know, the last 6-7 years since rise of Conor McGregor. Trash talk became more and more popular. I mean, we had trash talkers earlier. Just I remember Tito Ortiz and Charles Sonnen, of course, and early pioneers of trash talking. But the arrival of Conor McGregor, it brought some new level of drama and a new level of trash talking. I actually dislike the trash talking. It gets old. Yeah, I agree. They look like drama queens fighting each other. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Because I don't know whether you follow BKFC, but when Caleb Harris was scheduled to fight against Jim Allers, you probably know that Caleb Harris didn't want to trash talk. He was constantly saying that he is not here to trash talk. He is showing nothing but respect because he is fighting the fighter who reached such a huge heights. And yeah, Jim Allers didn't trash talk at all. They were fighting toe to toe for 5 rounds, and people still think it's a fight of the year. I also think it's a fight of the year. I'm pretty much sure it's a fight of the year. But there was no trash talk at all. And right now, many fighters can be strong with words, and when the event kicks off, some people are unable to back up their trash talk. Some people don't trash talk and show everything they have inside the cage. And like Henry Cejudo, people are turning into triple clowns, into entertainers, into such things. All right, trash talk is maybe fine, but let's talk, which parts of UFC I liked. Let's talk about romantic talks, for example. Yeah, Nick Diaz did it. Yeah, I agree. Nate Diaz also, but Nick Diaz was the emperor of it. But I'm more the fans of, let's exchange words. Let's exchange words inside the octagon. Do what you want to do inside the octagon. Right now, maybe we'll see more romantic moments in the UFC. The most romantic moment for me was when Scott, who was that guy? That Scott, I don't remember his name, when he gave flowers to Ilir Latifi, and when Noel Hernandez gave the flower to that ring girl, and when, for example, Mauer Gustafsson proposed his girlfriend. These were moments to remember for me. And trash talking, it was like everybody can trash talk everybody. Yeah, everybody can insult everybody and tell him that he is like, hey, yeah, Yoel and Luke, thank you so much. When Yoel exchanged the hate for love. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, I forgot that moment when Yoel Romero kissed him. I forgot it after that victory via stoppage, when Yoel was ineligible for the title despite that victory. Yeah, I forgot that moment completely. Thank you, guys. And thank you, guys, and thank you, girls. Well, Luke Rockhold was thrashing a lot, and flowers and such things are pretty much a good way to drop the tension and so on. So we saw something very much original back then, and that flowers to Ilir Latifi was also a great way to calm down the situation. Yeah, Yoel and Luke. Yeah, I remember that moment. Yeah, Luke was thrashing, and Yoel just knocked him out and kissed him after that. But yeah, maybe it was one of the most romantic moments. I don't know. There were many good moments, but right now, oh yeah, I can't forget the moment when Rampage Jackson was humping Karin or Karen Bryant, however you pronounce her name, after she complimented him. I don't know what was this match, but I was laughing when he was humping her at the interview. It was kind of fun. It was kind of fun. Or when our boxer, you know that Martin, when our boxer Kubrat Pulev, I think he kissed Angela Lee or whoever, or Helen Yee, however she called. Yeah, yeah. Karen Brandt, however you call her. I don't know to pronounce her name, but I know her last name is Brandt. But yeah, but Kubrat Pulev was also epic. I believe it was Helen Yee, but it was so funny. Yeah, I mean, I'm more a fan of such moments in the UFC, and trash talking. It's kind of everybody can trash talk everybody. You can just say, for example, your style sucks. All right, your style sucks. Yeah. I agree. So Karin Brandt. Yeah, Karin. All right, thank you, Lisette. Thank you. But yeah, I'm more fan of such moments. And trash talking, for example, it was some random reporter. Yeah, I know it was some reporter. Don't remember which was the reporter, but I remember the scene. Yeah, I'm unsure. Yeah, yeah, I probably saw differently. Yeah, I agree. Thank you. So yeah, right now I'm pretty much fan of such moments. For example, you can say, for example, you only wrestle your striking sucks. All right, and you can trash your opponent that he doesn't know to strike, that he knows nothing, that he doesn't know this, doesn't know that. It becomes boring, as Lisette says, very, very boring. It's kind of boring, man. I mean, Conor was always mocking people in similar ways. It kind of doesn't make sense. And the only thing I really enjoyed with Conor's trash talk is when he was learning Portuguese to throw Jose Aldo. Helen is the only one who does interviews with Pulev and Blagoy. Yes, she is the only one. And of course, Blagoy, UFC 250, brother. I can't wait for it. I hope it will finally be the first stoppage for our lovely Blagoy. Yeah, I just hope it will be the first stoppage for our Blagoy. And he is a good fighter, but he is a very, very tricky fighter. And you never know about him, where is the danger coming from. And yes, definitely. I can't wait for that event to kick off, but I hope the prohibition will be removed until then. And they said that the virus retreats when it's more than 23 Celsius. They said that. I don't know whether it's true or not, but yeah, Helen also covers boxing. Yeah, I know. I've seen her a few times. I'm not such a fan of boxing. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not such a big fan of boxing, but I saw her a few times. And at BKFC, Susan Singari rolls at the moment, definitely. But yeah, it's kind of really, really. I want, if you ask me, I want less trash talking in the UFC, and maybe this prohibition will bring something good into the world of UFC. I don't know. I really don't know. Have no idea. At Southern Hemisphere, well, it might be winter, yeah, but I think Sao Paulo is very close to Ecuador, so there is not much difference throughout the year between the temperature. And if we're in South Africa or Argentina, it might affect, but Sao Paulo is very much near to Ecuador, and I'm unsure whether it would affect. Yeah, it should be vice versa for southern part, but in Australia also we don't have such a big difference because it's very close to Ecuador. We only have snow on the Australian Alps, and yeah, it might be winter, but in Brazil it's rarely under 20 degrees, very rarely, and we are kind of. Maybe we'll see. Maybe wind of change will start blowing in the UFC. That's what I'm hoping. Yeah, me too, me too. I love it. I've never been to Australia, but I have a good friend in Australia, and he's sending me pictures from time to time. I mean, Melbourne is a beautiful city. I know about Melbourne because he lives in Melbourne, but I don't know about other cities. But about Melbourne, I saw many photos, and it looks amazing in the photos. I don't know about other ones. They are saying the desert is very. I mean, they are saying it's cool in Australia. It's not like in other areas of the world. I have never visited it, so I really don't know what to say about that. But about Australia, I like it because it's a different world. It's a different world, and we have some, kangaroos and such other animals that I really love to watch. Especially kangaroos, man. They're so cute. Now, looking back at this, I don't know how long the prohibition is going to last, but I'm sure that we might see some changes. We might definitely see some changes, and I'm wondering how what will happen with press conferences after UFC events because they don't allow more than 100 people. And what will happen to those press conferences? That is my question. Because in press conferences we were having a lot of fans and journalists. Have you seen the video, guy? Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, bang, I saw it. Yeah, he was fighting a kangaroo. Yes. I've seen a video. It's actually a cool video. And I also love to watch kangaroos fighting. I bet you watched many videos of kangaroos fighting. It's so entertaining, man. It's so entertaining. They are boxing. Yeah, they are boxing, man. And like Roger Jr. in Tekken, I believe you played Tekken when you were younger. Maybe you still play it. And Roger Jr., epic kangaroo. I love watching kangaroos fighting. It's so epic, man. So epic. And it's kind of cool. Kangaroos are boxing. It kind of reminds me on humans in some way. And yeah, lovely video. Lovely video. But I'm really wondering what's going to happen in with press conferences after the match because maybe we will not watch press conferences anymore until this prohibition stands because I don't know. Maybe they will have one video. Tony versus Khabib. I filmed a video about this, and Khabib has really good wrestling, but Tony has fantastic submission defense and fantastic mauling defense. I believe Tony will try to keep the fight standing, and my heart is rooting for Tony. I mean, from the bottom of my heart, I want Tony to win, but Khabib is very strong, riding on 28-0. If Khabib takes him down, it could be really tough call out for Tony Ferguson. Tough position, tough situation. I believe he can battle it out. Tony has good takedown defense, and I believe Tony Ferguson should look at the fight between Khabib and Gleison Tibau, which happened at UFC 148 when Gleison Tibau defended the takedowns amazingly. I honestly thought Gleison Tibau won that fight against Khabib. Khabib, if I remember well, was even crying after that fight. And that would be the perfect recipe for Tony. I know Tony is a better stand-up guy. I know Tony is faster, but I'm worried if Khabib takes him down. But if he pursues Gleison Tibau's strategy, while I believe Tony has better chances to win, I give 55% to Tony. Yeah, humans evolved from kangaroos. They did? I didn't know that, but it's great to know. It's great to learn something new. I don't know much about the evolution and such things, but if they evolved from kangaroos, it would be great. It would really be great. So Tony versus Khabib, I don't know, 55% to Tony, but Khabib is a mauling monster, and we all know that. And I'd like to see how are they going to pull out UFC press conference. We have fighters, we have UFC personnel, and where will be the journalists? Will there be any journalists? Will maybe they ask questions via video links? That's another good thing to know. Video link questions. They can let journalists ask questions via video links. Maybe we will see this for the first time in the UFC. Maybe it's not a bad idea after all. I mean, everybody has the internet, and I love Blagoy. Come on, brother, see it. You see? Bulgaria. Of course I love Blagoy. Reporters, fans, judges. I don't know why. Maybe because they think his fighting style is boring. And to be honest, to some people it really is boring. But Blagoy is a tricky counter puncher. He can't change his fighting style. He's good on the ground, but he's tricky counter puncher. A left-handed guy. I mean, it's normal for a left-handed guy. I'm also left-handed, and I'm also counter guy. Left-handed southpaw guys are counters by nature because we have different stance. It's not weird, Conor McGregor is also counter guy. It's not weird. A fight I would definitely not bet on. Yes, Lisette, I agree. A fight I also would never bet on. If I have to choose, I choose Tony, but it could go either way. And it's a cursed fight, because that fight was postponed 4 times in the past, and very, very worried about that fight at the moment. If we watch it without the crowd, I have no problem with it. Absolutely no problems. I don't know what does Tony think about no crowd matches. I really don't know what is he thinking. And about Blagoy Ivanov, many people don't like him, that's true. But in the fight against Ben Rothwell, many people were attacking him due to that unanimous decision win. And they were attacking the referees too. Is Conor the backup plan in case someone pulls out? I heard he is. I heard a rumor that Conor is a backup plan. I don't know whether the rumor is true. I just heard the rumor. So it might be true, and it doesn't have to be true. It's just a rumor I read on a random website. So I don't know. I think I read it on Sherdog or on Forum Sherdog or was it some other website? But I heard that rumor, and they wrote it's a rumor. So I don't know. But Khabib said he is not interested in fighting Conor, and Khabib also said that Conor has to win 10 fights, and that Ali Abdelaziz is not interested in letting this fight happen. So I really have no idea what they plan to do, and who might also be the backup guy. Maybe Conor really is a backup guy, and to be honest, at the moment, I don't know whose turn is now. It was 2 times because of Tony, and it was 2 times because of Khabib. Whose turn is now? I don't even want to think about it. I know at UFC 209, it was because of Khabib, and then last time I think it was because of Tony, but I'm unsure. And unfortunately, we want to see something really new right now. Starting from the whole initial press conference to the final press conference, we will watch something absolutely different from now on until the prohibition stands. No media days, no face-offs, no weigh-ins. Yeah, no public weigh-ins, maybe behind closed doors, but no public weigh-ins. I think he would. Unfortunately, I think he would. And to be honest, I'm following Baga for already, believe it or not, 7 years. And when I heard he was stabbed, I was literally heartbroken the whole night. When I heard that, I didn't hear it instantly, When it happened, I heard the news maybe after 4 or 5 days, because I was back then having some big obligations, and I was on a mountain, and I was not in the city where I currently live. And when I got back, the first thing I read was Baga was stabbed, and I was like crying all the time, you know. I read Bulgarian news from time to time, you know. I mean, I can read, I can understand, but I don't speak well, but I can read and understand and such things. And when I saw the headline, Baga was stabbed, I was like the literally when I was watching it on the PC, I was holding mouse and my hand just did this, you know, just like this. And I was like, you know, like a zombie for hour or two. I was really heartbroken because of that. And yeah, he would be stronger. I read that news back then. Don't know how much time has passed since that stabbing, but I was so sad because of that. And right now, Baga could have been the champion of the world if that didn't happen. But all right, I mean, as Wilson Hayes is saying, you probably heard it in my interview. Wilson Hayes said that we always have to think positively, and Gilbert, he is claiming that we should remain persistent all the time to progress. So I agree with two of them because these two guys really changed my life and my way of thinking. I really think they are very fantastic people. Uh, no, I haven't. I don't know what is that, to be honest. No, I haven't. Sorry. Now let me see. What is it? You think on that bodybuilder? No, haven't heard of him. Haven't heard. I don't know. I haven't heard of him. I see now. It's a bodybuilder. This. No, I haven't heard of him. Yeah, he became viral. Yeah, bodybuilder, internet celebrity. Yeah, haven't heard of him. Of course, I love Baga, man. I mean, I'll be honest. I was born in Sofia. I mean, I was just born on the vacation in Sofia because I lived in Serbia all my life. But I was born on vacation, and when I got Bulgarian ID card, that I got it this year, you know. And they were like, "Oh, you don't need temporary address and such things." And I was like, "No, please give to me temporary address." But they were like, "No, you were born here, you this." And in the end, I got temporary address. But it doesn't matter. I mean, I have both citizenships, luckily, and Baga is from Sofia, you know. I can't hate a guy from the town where I was born at, you know. And of course, I love every Bulgarian guy. I loved Netkov, and I loved every single Bulgarian guy. Jordan Rade was the great pick back then. I heard they signed Valentin for Cage Warriors, but we will see whether he is going to appear now at those fights. I was also a fan of Atanas Jambazov. I don't know what's happening with him now, but earlier I was a big fan. Theodor Nikolov didn't have a good run because he was knocked out by Adam Boric. There were some really good Bulgarian guys, and Bulgaria has a very strong sambo. Very strong sambo, strong BJJ. Learned about Dan Kolov. Yeah, I've heard of him. Don't know much about him, but I've heard of him. I heard of Dan Kolov in one of interviews, but you know, I was just taking a brief look at that interview, and I remembered the name Dan Kolov, but I don't know much about that. Don't know much about it, but I've heard of that name. So yeah, it's kind of interesting to hear, interesting to know. And looking back at Baga, I don't know, man. He needs to bounce back with a win. He really needs a win, you know. He really needs a win. And Derek Lewis, he is the best fighter of all time, maybe. Don't know. Really don't know. But Baga, he really needs. He really needs a win now, and I believe he can defeat this opponent. I really believe he can because really strong, powerful guy, and definitely. I mean, Bulgaria has a ranked opponent, but he might become the first Bulgarian to fight for the title in the UFC if he continues his winning streak. And yeah, about Dan Kolov, what Was he a wrestler? He competed very, very early. I mean, he competed, I think, 100 years ago. But I just took a brief look at that interview, and yeah, he had some, whether it was a gold medal or silver medal, but it was a brief look of 30 seconds, so I can't guarantee now. But yeah, Dan Cole was a big name in Bulgaria, and we're having many good guys. And do you know about Zarafin Todorov, the guy who defeated Floyd Mayweather at the Olympic Games? Have you heard of him? The guy who chose not to turn pro, but he defeated Floyd Mayweather, man. Zarafin Todorov. Oh man, I feel so sorry for that guy. He could have been the richest guy in the history of Bulgaria. And right now, all right. Oh yeah, Zarafin. All right, Kubrat Pulev, he picked a great path, but Zarafin Todorov made a big mistake in his life. I don't know where he lives at the moment. I would like to meet him too, because even today he can say that he defeated the richest boxer in the world and the most popular boxer in the world with a score of 50-0. So yeah, Zarafin was a great. Peshtera. He's from Peshtera. I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know he's from Peshtera. But yeah, majority of Bulgarian fighters, Netkov is from Veliko Tarnovo, and I've only been once to Veliko Tarnovo, unfortunately. Only once. I regularly visit Sofia and Kustendil, but other cities, I've been once in Burgas, I've been once in Varna, I've been once in Nesebar, and that's basically it. I'm always Sofia, Kustendil, the western part of Bulgaria. It's kind of cool to me. Especially Kustendil, it's kind of, I also have relatives in Bosilegrad, which is very close to Bulgarian border, and I go there, and then we go Kustendil, and we visit Kustendil and Sofia. Tsarevo, I will think about it. I will definitely think about it. Which other cities are good in Bulgaria? Oh, I forgot. I was once in Pernik. Only once. But it was maybe 10 years ago or 12 years ago. But I was I was maybe on 1-2 hours. But Kustendil and Sofia, I visit them all the time. Sarajevo on the sea. I will check it. Nesebar is a cool place to be. I've been there once on 5 days. Very cool place to be. Varna, Burgas, very big cities. Very big cities on the sea. I was pretty much happy with what I saw there. Sofia is cool. Kustendil is cool too, but that's basically what I know. Yeah, even in Serbia, I don't move much, I'm in Belgrade pretty much all the time, and yeah, unfortunately, pretty much one-sided story and battle. And right now, in the UFC, I believe new era is coming. No trash talk, no press conferences, no face-offs. ONE FC has arrived. Knuckle up and let's fight. Knuckle up and solve your misunderstandings inside the octagon. That's the new era, and the new era is coming. I don't know how long will it last anyway, but I don't know. Skype interviews, Facebook interviews, Instagram interviews. It's okay. Why not? Why not, man? I mean, if there was no that internet, I would have never interviewed some of the greatest fighters in the planet, even at BKFC. I mean, why not? Everybody deserves a shot. Everybody deserves a chance, and I'm pretty much thinking that they will maybe they will find a way to stream that conference, but I don't know how would the conference look without journalists. That's what I'm trying to think. Maybe they will ask questions on the stream, or don't know. Maybe they will say you can ask 1-2 questions. You can ask 1-2 questions. Maybe they will allow only 5-10 reporters, the biggest websites and their representatives. I don't know what's going to happen, but the new era is coming. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I don't know what are they going to let, because 100 people is the maximum number of people. I don't know, man. But thank God this internet exists, and I brought so many lovely fighters. And to be honest, I'm just sorry because crowd will not be chanting Gilbert's name. He's the guy who really helped me, just like Wilson Hayes. And after Gilbert, many people, when they saw Gilbert, they were like, "Whoa, you have Gilbert, you this, you that." You know, such guys. Any plans? I was thinking about that. Actually, I had those T-shirts earlier, but for my primary job, I've had them. But let me check now. I sold all of them. I mean, I gave it to my clients, but maybe I could reorder this when I collect some money. Let me sweaters or tees. I was having T-shirts. Yeah, I was having T-shirts. Please hold on a sec. Hold on for 1 minute. Let me check whether this T-shirt is here or not. I think it's not here, but then I'll find the video. Hold on 1 minute. Just 1 minute, please. No, it's not here, unfortunately. No, it's not here, but let me find the video. I have a video with this. Hold on a sec. I have a video with this great idea we set. It's always great. It's always great when a female has her own sets of advantages and the sets of recommendations. You know, that's a great idea. Hold on, just to find the video. I will find it now. I have it. No, it's not here. Hold on a sec. Just a sec. Where is it? Oh, yeah.
Good grammar and spelling.
Yeah, I found it. See, I was having... Hold on, Lisette. There you go. Check this video, please. And you will see the T-shirt. It's from Southpaw Fighting Tutorials. It's the video. And I had those T-shirts earlier, you know. But about merchandise... yeah, click, yeah. Yeah, hold on. I will hold on. Southpaw Fighting. Hold on.
Utilizing how to throw a jab when you're southpaw.
What's this video? Hold on a sec, please, Lisette. What's going on? Hold on, Lisette. Just a sec. Oh, sorry. There you go. There you go, the link. Yeah, you can just... do you see what am I doing? Right-click, open link in new tab. Okay? Right-click, open link in new tab. You saw what... you see? Right-click and new tab. You know it, for sure. Sorry. And... yeah, that was that kind of T-shirt, but right now, yeah, I was thinking on that. I will reset when I live stream for the next time. Please don't forget, when I finish this live stream, please hit me a comment to mention you in every live stream. Please, I don't want to forget it because you gave me a wonderful idea. When I finish this live stream, just please leave me in comment section that I said that I will mention you. Please, I don't want to forget it every single time when I broadcast, when I go live, when I commentary. Just hit me a comment in comment section. That's I will not forget that way. Okay, and thank you for the idea. Merchandise, yeah, please. I just don't want to forget, because I think this is not a great idea. This is fantastic. This is awesome. This is one of the best ideas I've ever heard, to be honest. Yeah, one of the best ideas I have ever heard of. So I'm very, very happy because of this lovely idea. And yeah, merchandise is a good. is a good action. I have one question about merchandise. What would you recommend? Which option would you recommend? Because in my country we have kind of limited options, but what would you recommend? What do you think is the best option for merchandise? Is this Amazon or... I'm not much into that world. That's why I'm asking. I mean, I only know about Amazon. But there are surely, I mean, maybe you can send via post office, or... I mean, that's the easiest way for me to send via post office. And yeah, but I've heard there is Amazon and cell phone cases, sweaters, or coffee mugs. Yeah, cases, sweaters, these coffee mugs. Yeah, absolutely. Great ideas. Let me type you the question. That's my question, Lisette. Oh, sorry, I haven't seen you replied. Sorry. I haven't seen you replied. Yeah, the best way to... Amazon Prime. Yeah, I guess Amazon is pretty much good. Good about this. So yeah, I'm thinking about that merchandise. I can kick off with t-shirts. In a few months, I will probably kick off just to, I'm right now studying web design, and I have way a lot of obligations. I'm learning to code and all these websites and so on. But yeah, I can start with this. I just need to call a guy who made me those how do you say, those t-shirts. I just need to call him and to set up the details with him. Dreamweaver. I am learning Dreamweaver, Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, XD, and you are learning it too. You are a web designer. We call it Dreamweaver. I didn't know it's called WebDreamer. We call it Dreamweaver in my country, but never mind. Dreamweaver. No problem, I said. No problem. You're a web designer too? Really? It's cool. Let me see. I have Photoshop, Illustrator, Dreamweaver, XD, HTML we're learning now. We're learning CSS, basics of JavaScript. I'm in the process too. And I have some but very beginning versions of work at my Instagram, but I mostly post on my Instagram. I mostly post interviews with fighters, pictures, and so on. But I don't think I'm still good enough to make such things. But my professor, for example, I made a beta version of a website. It was kind of beta version. I was kind of playing games for my homework for Wilson Hayes. I just made it green, black and white, black and white website. And I was thinking my professor is going to say you're out of your mind. And my professor said, listen, this is awesome combination of colors. I was like, you're joking, right? I lowered the opacity and I put Wilson Hayes, in the background, I put him in the background, and it was kind of great contrast. And my professor said, listen, it's an awesome contrast. But yeah, I'm kicking off with Dreamweaver soon, and right now I'm on HTML, CSS, Adobe XD, and I've already been through Illustrator and Photoshop. Yeah, they're very fun. Opacity, textures, blending modes. When I was thinking about that blending mode, I was like, let's leave normal. I said, no, we go lighter color. And Wilson was like, have you opened Chris Cyborg's website, Lisette? Yes, chriscyborg.com. Have you opened it? And yeah, I made kind of a very similar structure to that. I was like thinking that my professor is going to say, no. And he was like, whoa, man, it's awesome. It was just awesome. You copy-pasted the structure. I said, okay, it's MMA. He said, no, it's awesome. He said, it's awesome. For that topic, this is the best possible match. It's kind of aggressive sport, and you need darker colors and so on. He even recommended me a website called Color Lover, I believe, .com. Let me check. Is it that website? Yeah, Color Lovers. Yeah, that's the website he recommended to me. Yeah, and when I was watching it, I was so thrilled, you know. And right now, I've got the task to create some gentle website, you know, the front page and the another page of a very gentle website. He said that this time he wants me to create something gentle, not something so aggressive, you know. And I'm trying to persuade him that MMA doesn't have to be aggressive, but he was like, no, that's the topic. And now I'm thinking about creating a website about flowers, you know, just normally a beta version in Illustrator and XD, but I will probably choose some gentle color, like I don't know, maybe rose or something like that, because I'm a Daltonist. You know, I have a problem making the difference between this red and this green, but only between these two I have problems. And right now, I found a way in coding and in website. I only watch that hex code. You know, I learned the short routes to hex codes, and luckily it's only green and red. But yeah, web design is so cool, man, so cool. And about MMA, my professor was always saying that you have to follow the pattern and such things, and you have to combine the colors. And yes, yes, but for MMA, we definitively need darker colors. We definitely, we definitely want to show it to the people as something, you know, with a lot of energy. With the people don't understand it's a positive energy. MMA is positive energy. It's not negative energy. It can be negative energy if you want it. For example, if you're a hater, like you were mentioning Kevin Lee and other guys, but actually, my mission is to bring love towards MMA. You know, to talk about MMA with passion, with style, with love. That's what I want. I don't want people to think it's an aggressive martial art where two people want to kill each other. All right, it's only one part of MMA, but don't be so narrow-minded, man. MMA it's a lot more. It's a way of life. It's even some people. I mean, it's a way of everything. MMA is just you can bring it into every single aspect of your life. You can watch it from MMA if you want to. I mean, you don't have to, but you can. You can. It's not just a martial art. It's a lot more than that, you know. Even when I can't follow the stream, I always post a short recap of the fight because I want to, you know, I want to stay tuned. I love this sport, and I that's something I cannot explain to normal people. If you have passion for something, people will hardly understand that. And about merchandise, I promise I will think. And about it, yeah, I will think about merchandise. I will kick off with the t-shirts, definitely. I must kick off with that. So it's a really intriguing thing to me, and something that really brings good news. Thank you for this, Lisette, and please leave me a comment in comment section, as it's getting very late in my state. I have to sleep now, and I said some things about potential changes in the UFC until Code Red is on. So we will see now what's gonna happen. I just hope I will enjoy UFC Brasilia just like other events, and we also have Bellator 241. So this is gonna be a great weekend. Luckily, I only have one soccer match, so I will be able to follow both events. Of course, if I have it on TV, if I don't have, I will see what am I gonna do. But I'm not gonna sleep until these lovely events last. Have a great day. Thank you for the pieces of advice, and thank you for all lovely help. Your support means a lot to me. Have a great day.